have a confession to make, and it's that I am not always confident in the design decisions I'm making before I execute them. I'm Karla from Vintage Hip Decor, and today we are back in my bedroom. This is kind of like a little bit of a part 2 to last week's video, so if you haven't seen that one, definitely pause this one and go check that one out. We worked on the little gallery wall, which is here behind me, and I also restyled the top of my dresser, which turned out really nice. And then I kind of got the momentum going, and I was like, well, while I'm doing little projects here in my bedroom and talking to you about the dramatic impact just little things here and there can make, why not keep going and keep doing the things that I've been thinking about in my head? One being repainting my nightstands, which I've been thinking about for a while now, but didn't really know like what color I wanted to paint them. And that is what I meant before when I just said that I'm not always confident in the colors or design decisions that I'm making before I execute them. That was definitely the case with my nightstands. I really didn't know what color I wanted to paint them, and you'll see in just here in a little bit that I did pick a color and just went ahead with it before even knowing if it was even gonna be good. But the other little project that I wanted to tackle here in my room is a little unconventional. So I am a grown woman who has just my box spring and mattress on the ground. So I don't have any sort of bed or platform or headboard or anything, and this is because my husband and I really like the cozy feeling of like a really low bed. So we have lots of blankets and pillows and this like really soft, amazing mattress topper. And so because our bed is so low and just like cozy from all the blankets and pillows and stuff, it feels like falling into the comfiest cloud at the end of the day. So we really like it being low, and that's not really what I want to change today. What I want to change is just how it looks like a mattress and a box spring on the ground. So to make it look a little better, a while ago I took just a sheet and kind of wrapped it around the box spring, hoping that that would kind of make it look good, and it did for a while, but the sheet just ends up getting like wrinkly and not looking too great. So this week we're gonna fix that problem as well. If you're new around here, we talk a lot about decorating, tips and inspiration, as well as some organizing. So if that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button and let's get started with these projects. So starting with solving my little problem about just having a box spring and a mattress on the ground, but wanting to keep a low bed and having it look kind of nice and not just like we're college kids who don't have it together yet. My solution for this problem was to upholster my box spring. So I had some leftover fabric, so what I did was I started by obviously dismantling the room and getting my mattress out of here and my nightstands out of here since I was going to be painting them, and then I had to figure out how I was going to reupholster my box spring. So upon further inspection, it turns out that my box spring does not have that much wood in the actual frame of it, so that made it a little trickier for reupholstering it, because typically if you're upholstering something you want to be shooting staples into wood. But my box spring has like a lot of metal wires on the frame and only really had wood along the bottom of the box spring, so I stood up my box springs and just at least nailed the fabric into the bottom, and then my plan was kind of just to lay it back down and pull really tight on the fabric and hope that the weight of my mattress would kind of keep that fabric in place. So my box spring is not totally upholstered in the traditional sense because I didn't have enough wood to staple into, but it kind of worked to just kind of tuck the fabric under my mattress, and it doesn't look half bad. It definitely looks better than having my box spring just wrapped in a fitted sheet. Then I moved on to working on my nightstands. So I took them outside and I gave them a really good sanding down and wiped them down. And I wanted to keep the wooden tops that I had on my nightstands, but I just wanted to cover those with paper so that when I start spraying, the tops would be protected from the paint. And I ended up going with kind of a creamy color. And the reason I wanted to repaint my nightstands in the first place is because they were kind of banged up. And I'm really into distressed furniture, but that's not the look I was going for with these nightstands. And they just kind of got damaged from use over years. So it was time to kind of give them a facelift. So when it came time to try and choose a color, I wanted to work within my color palette, which is white and black, creams and a really lovely emerald color that I love to use everywhere. So I ended up picking a cream color because I do already have a green dresser in here and I thought more green would be just too much. And I didn't want to go with black because that can really be very frustrating to keep free of dust. If anybody has black furniture, you know what I mean. It is really hard to just kind of keep up with the dust collection on black furniture. So I didn't want to go that route. And I have a lot of wood tones in here, so I didn't want to like strip them down and maybe stain them because like I said, my bedroom has a lot of already wood furniture going on. So by that process of elimination, I kind of ended up with just choosing this cream color. And I was really not confident if I was gonna like it, but you're gonna have to stick around to the end, to the before and after reveal to see how they look. A little fun fact for those of you who might not already know this, but my mom and I, who run this YouTube channel, we started a furniture business together over 8 years ago, and our team has painted over 1,000 pieces of furniture in the last 8 years. So we kind of know what we're doing in this whole area of painted furniture and have lots of really great advice to give. So if you kind of want to up your skills on painting furniture and you want to know exactly how we do it, linked in the description below is a printable PDF guide that will teach you all about how to paint furniture and the very basics. You don't have to be really very handy or anything like that. We walk you through the easy steps on how to paint furniture. So you can find that linked below. I really love bringing you along when I'm working on projects like this and kind of making little improvements and sharing any knowledge that I can along the way. And this week I really want to discuss, even if you're unsure how the end result is going to look and you don't really know like if you're going to like it, just go ahead and try. If you at least have a direction that you want to move in and you kind of have a gut feeling, trust that gut feeling and just try it out. That's definitely the boat that I was in, like I mentioned before. I really wasn't sure if this cream color was going to be the right thing, but I just went ahead with it and now I'm pretty happy with them. The nightstands really like stick out now and I feel like they are a lot more, how can I say, like they stand out a lot more. They command a lot more attention now. And the same thing with my box spring that now looks a little bit more polished with being upholstered. Before, when it was just a white sheet, you never really paid attention to it, which was fine, and I'm not really trying to draw attention to it, but now it just looks finished and it looks like I have a platform bed, even though my mattress is just sitting on my box spring. So even though I wasn't sure that either of these projects were going to turn out, I still went ahead and just went for it because you know what? At the end of the day, I could always repaint the nightstands. I could always take the fabric back off and build a bed instead. You can always change it up. So I'm here to encourage you that if you are thinking about doing something but you're just nervous on how it's going to look in the end, I promise you, you're probably going to like it a lot more than you think. And if you hate it, then guess what? You changed it, so you could just change it again. So I hope that this encourages you to take the plunge and just go for it and change something up in your home because you are going to love the way you feel when it's all done and you have this beautiful thing to look at. So that about does it for the projects in this video. I really hope you liked that little transformation. Please let me know what you think about it down in the comments below, as I'm still trying to get used to my cream nightstands. If you like them, it might make me feel a little bit better about them too. And you may have noticed that in my room, I decorate with a lot of antique and vintage home decor. And if you're looking for somewhere to shop for vintage and antique home decor, check out VintageHipDecor.com, where we sell exactly that. Lots of vintage and antique home decor curated by myself and my mom. And as always, I want to thank you for watching, and I hope that this inspired you to see your home in a new light. Oh, and one more thing before you go. We have a goal of reaching 1,000 subscribers here on YouTube, so if you know anybody in your life who would enjoy a little extra home decor inspiration and tips, and maybe even some organizational tips, please share our YouTube channel with them. We would really, really appreciate it. Thank you.